oxygen running low and the seam in his left arm held together by duct tape, James called out over the comm, "I'm so sorry. Take care of Aurora. I love you both." 2 years into its 5-year exploration mission, Lieutenant James Mitchell was still over the moon about how wonderful life was. He'd married Emma, the love of his life, and their daughter Aurora was thriving in the ship's nursery alongside other expedition families. The Wayward Star had become home in ways he'd never imagined. James had just gotten off duty and was heading from the bridge to meet Emma in the observation lounge. Aurora was playing in the nursery, and they'd planned an impromptu date night, despite still being in uniform. "I'll be there in 10, he messaged Emma. "Need to stop by Ops to check on those sensor upgrades." When he arrived, Chief Engineer Torres grinned at him. "Welcome to Ops yet again. Ensign Kelly is really taking this godmother thing seriously. She's been working non-stop to get those upgrades finished for you." James smiled. Kelly had been honored when they'd asked, and she'd proven herself worthy of the role a dozen times over. Then the alarms screamed. "Micrometeorite shower," Torres shouted. "Hull breach in Section 7. Kelly's outside on the maintenance platform." James was moving before he finished processing the words. The nearest airlock, suit, helmet, tether. His hands worked on muscle memory while his mind screamed that Kelly was exposed, vulnerable, seconds from death. "I'm going," he said into the comm. "Mitchell, wait for the response team. No time." The airlock cycled. James pushed off into the void. He found Kelly clinging to a damaged sensor array, her suit's oxygen indicator flashing red. The meteorite shower had turned the hull into a war zone, pockmarks and tears everywhere. "I've got you." James grabbed her, clipping his tether to her suit. "We're going back." Then the second wave hit. Gasping, a meteorite, the size of a fist, tore through his left arm, ripping the suit open. Oxygen vented in a white plume. James slapped duct tape over the breach. Every EVA suit carried it for emergencies, but the seal was imperfect, still leaking. "James, your suit. Move. Now." They pushed toward the airlock. Then a piece of damaged equipment, a sensor assembly weighing several hundred kilos, tumbled toward them, struck by another meteorite. James saw it coming, saw Kelly directly in its path. He shoved her hard. Kelly rocketed toward the airlock, her tether pulling taut. The equipment slammed into James, and he felt both their tethers snap like thread. Kelly's carried her to safety. James's sent him spinning into the void, crying loudly, "No, James." Kelly's voice cracked over the comm. He tumbled, watching the Wayward Star grow smaller. His oxygen indicator dropped into the red. The duct tape seal on his arm hissed with escaping air. He thought of Emma, of Aurora's laugh, of the 5-year mission they'd barely started. "Emma," he said, his voice steady despite the fear. "I'm so sorry, baby. Take care of Aurora. I love you both." Emma had been watching from the observation lounge when the alarms sounded. She'd seen Kelly clinging to the hull, seen James go out after her, seen the equipment strike, seen her husband drift away into darkness. "No." The word came out as a whisper, then louder. "No." She was running down corridors to the secondary airlock in a hurry tone. Her EVA certification was only 3 weeks old. She'd trained specifically for emergencies, never thinking she'd actually need it. Her hands shook as she pulled on the suit. The tether gun felt impossibly heavy. "Mrs. Mitchell, the rescue team is hell be dead by then." Emma's voice didn't sound like her own. "He's my husband. I'm going." The airlock cycled, determined. Emma pushed into space, her heart hammering so hard she thought it might break through her ribs. There, a tumbling figure, already hundreds of meters away and moving away fast. The tether gun had a maximum range of 500 meters. After that, the filament was too thin, too weak, and James was moving fast. She had one shot. Emma's vision narrowed. Her instructor's voice echoed in her memory. "Breathe, lead the target, squeeze, don't pull." She fired. The filament shot out, a hair-thin line nearly invisible against the stars. It seemed to take forever. Emma held her breath. The magnetic grapple struck James's suit and locked on. "Got you," she whispered. She activated the retrieval winch, determined. The filament was rated for gradual recovery, not rapid deceleration, but Emma didn't care. She pulled him in, hand over hand when the winch felt too slow, ignoring the strain warnings on her HUD. James crashed into her, and they tumbled together, but Emma's primary tether held. She wrapped her arms around him. "I've got you," she said. "I've got you." Medical bay confirmed what they already knew. James would be fine. Oxygen deprivation had been close, but not critical. The duct tape had bought him enough time. An hour later, they sat in the observation lounge. James's left arm was bandaged beneath his uniform. The meteorite had only grazed his arm. Emma held his right hand like she might never let go. The door opened. Ensign Kelly walked in, carrying Aurora, who squealed with delight at seeing her parents. Kelly's eyes were red. "I'm so sorry. If I hadn't been out there." "Empathetic. Then the sensors wouldn't be upgraded," James said. "You were doing your job. I was doing mine." "He pushed me toward the airlock," Kelly said to Emma. "Saved my life." "And you saved his," Emma replied, pulling Aurora into her lap. "By being worth saving, by being family." Kelly set down a small package. I made something for Aurora, for when she's older." She opened it to reveal a photo. James in his EVA suit, Emily holding the tether gun, Kelly with Aurora in the nursery. "So she knows what her parents are, heroes." James laughed, exhausted. "Ha ha, we're not heroes. We're just humans doing what humans do." "What's that?" Kelly asked. Emma kissed Aurora's head, then looked at her husband. "We refuse to let go, no matter what. We hold on to each other, even when the universe tries to pull us apart." James squeezed her hand, "Especially then." Comment and follow Sci-Fi Shorts for more stories about humanity's greatest strength, each other.